You're going to thank me later. Appreciate the call. That puts this hour of The Ramsey Show in the books. My thanks to my co-host, my co-pilot, Ken Coleman, our team in the booth, James Childs, Ben Hill, Kelly Daniel, and you, America. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back with you before you know it. This is The Ramsey Show.
Ramsey Show ending.
Have a friend or family member that needs a daily dose of Ramsey advice in their life? Let them know about the Ramsey Call of the Day podcast. It's a quick hit of advice about life and money in under 10 minutes. Check out the Ramsey Call of the Day podcast wherever you listen to podcasts.
Aftershow beginning. gmail.com. What up, AJ? Hope to hear your accent one day. You're like a Texas Southern accent. When I do one, it's always, one sec. Yes, colon. PayPal.me/coach. Steve Money. Alrighty. Okay, yeah. So when I do one, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like all the, like there's some kind of let's see, like the sinuses or whatever, like the top of your mouth like goes backwards or something like that, and it's like ding 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 ding. Financial pace. It's like right up in here, like this is like pulled up like that, and then you can go like this. Anyway, SEC accent for you kids. All right. Let's forget something. Just wait now. Another minute for people to get into the chat. If they are going to do that, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. All right, I guess we can go ahead and start. You know what day it is. You ready to sing, AJ? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. 7 a.m. waking up in the morning. Gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs. Gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal. Seeing everything, the time is going, ticking on and on. Everybody's rushing, gotta get down to the bus stop. I look in the chat, I see my friend AJ in the front seat, sitting in the back seat. Gotta make my mind up for which seat can I take. It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, partying, yeah, budgeting, yeah, fun, looking forward to the weekend. All right, happy weekend, everybody. Listen for the drum taps. Like all plans, it starts with step 1. $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, you'll pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. And baby step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses, stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him, I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, and why I host my YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Step 4 is when you can take a breath and go, let's gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. Now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him, I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, why I host this after show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpet, take it home. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach. You can schedule a free consultation assessment at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. Link is at the top of the chat, also in the video description below. You can email me about anything, yes, anything, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can also reach me on Instagram, add me on the gram. It's Coach Steve Money, no spaces. If you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. All right. Let's check in on the chat. Kevbo thinks it's funny. What up, Sid? Kevbo enjoying my rendition of Friday, looks like. Cool. Sid's volume is down. All right, fair enough. Still counts, though. Still counts. Oh, so before we do anything else, I do want to play this, which I wasn't able to play yesterday for some reason. It wouldn't load, and so this is George Camel. This is from 2019, I think. And this is where a little girl is very excited to meet Dave Ramsey, and this is her family right there. But this is George Camel being the YouTube host many moons ago. And I just recorded this on my phone, so that's why it looks like it looks. Let's check it out, see if it'll work.
A little 7-year-old girl that is owned by this lovely family just is getting a photo with Dave alone. So she did not want a photo with you guys in it. This one. So how big of a fan is she? Does she listen every day?
Every day. She remembers the phone number.
She knows the phone number to the show. Can you recite the phone number to the show for me?
825-525-2
even know. Were you like a baby genius? I think so. I think we're looking at an everyday millionaire in the future. What do you think, Dan?
I think she's a millionaire.
I think so. Amazing. Well, we love families like this. And you're listening every single day to Dan?
Yes.
What's it like to meet him?
Like, my heart might explode.
Her heart might explode. Wow. That is absolutely adorable. Now, what's your name?
Isabella.
Isabella. Be like Isabella. Let your heart explode. Be a millionaire. I love this girl.
There we go. So as promised, that one, I know the sound wasn't that good, but basically, in case you didn't hear it, she said she felt like her heart was exploding. The host, speaking of George Camel, the host today was Mr. Camel, and we have a 1/4 of a verse and a chorus of a song for him. So yeah, let's get on it. It goes George Host 3 podcast. They don't cost a cent. Borrow future entree leadership and the fine print. Opened up YouTube, saw the thumbnail was Camel. It's always fun with George on the panel. Ayo wears Asus and Deloney wears flannel. No one does it better than our guy George Camel. Yeah, he wears flannel too. Hey, this household. Baby step 7, y'all. All right, so that's enough of that drop. And he co-hosted with Ken Coleman today, and I don't have anything for Ken Coleman because I forgot to get the pictures ready. I always do. I always forget something. That's why I need a engineer or something. So market report. There. As you can see, the NASDAQ is the most up, which means I will probably win fantasy mutual funds for today. Russell Small Cap Index, the next highest up at 0.57, just behind at 0.52%. S&P 500, Dow Jones finished down on the day. I'll make it the Dow Jones, I guess. Yeah, that was not that great. I'll move the chat over there. All right, so what do we want to talk about here? We want to talk about the earnings calendar. We got some good earnings this week, some bad earnings this week, and so the ones for next week's going to be Pfizer and Disney. Thank you, Disney, for buying Lucasfilm. Appreciate it. Roblox, Shopify, Nvidia, Applied, and that goes past next week, as you can see on the upcoming earnings reports. And so let's check the most followed single stocks on the Google, which of course is Apple, 0.17% down, 0.14% up is Google itself, owned by Alphabet Inc. Is how that works. Microsoft, not bad, 1.56. Amazon, 13.54% because they had good earnings. And so, yeah, and I believe, I feel like my large cap has a lot of Amazon in it. So hopefully that'll make up for the rest of these jabronis here. Artist known as Facebook, Meta Platforms took a big loss yesterday, only down 0.28%, more than that. But yeah, I think it was 25% yesterday, was it? Let's check it out. Let's see what happened. So this is today's, yesterday. And so, yeah, big losses from that yesterday. So yeah, I think 25% or so. It went down yesterday, and because they honestly reported that, let's see, Anything else? We're gonna hit Tesla up 3.61%. Normal for them to be over 3% in either up or down. But yeah, Meta Platforms, artist formerly known as Facebook, honestly reporting that because of the new iPhone, the new iOS operating system, has a thing where you can opt out of being targeted for being tracked and targeted for ads. And so with that happening, they said, well, we'll probably face a $10 billion loss on that. And so stock went bloosh. All right. We were finished with that. Yeah. So let's check the rest of the planet, see what we got going on. Everything down in Europe. Mixed in Asia. The euro up on the US dollar up on the Japanese yen, the US dollar up on the British pound, love. No fish and chips tonight. And the US dollar up on the Canadian dollar, sorry. And the US dollar up on the Australian dollar, mate. No shrimp or any other things on the bobby. Crypto is, what up, Doug? Crypto, Ethereum up 10.32. Cardano, Bitcoin up almost 10% as well currently, and that doesn't stop trading ever. It looks like they stop at midnight, and that's what they base on these numbers on as to how much it's up the next day, and it keeps going until the next midnight. I don't know if it goes on the weekends or not. I'll take a look this weekend if I remember. Then we'll see. But I do not know the answer to that. All right, let's check out. This was interesting. Snap, which is Snapchat. That had good earnings as well. And so the stock went up 58.82% today. You can see where it is right there. That's where it closed. The dotted horizontal line right there, that's where it closed. At the 25 mark right here. And it opened right there and went up a little bit more from that even. So, and it's coming down in the after hours trading. We'll take a look at that entire after hours shortly. But yeah, 58.82%. So that's pretty good. That's more than doubling it, as we like to say in the Ramsey Show chat. See this from CNBC. Oh, Peloton stock jumps 34% on report. Amazon is among potential buyers, so that would be interesting. Amazon buys the Peloton. So, and the stock already jumps up because of that. And even if that doesn't happen, stock jumps up. I guess it'll come back down some if that doesn't end up happening. But this story, AT&T CEO says dividend cut reflects shift to put more cash back into the business. And they slash their dividends. There's a sharp dividend cut, freed up cash that can be used to boost the company's results. The CEO said, well, all right, it's still the same amount of money, but you're just keeping it in the company instead of paying it out as dividends. I'd much rather be pouring some of that cash back into the infrastructure of this business to returns at a higher level. Right. Well, what about the people that wanted your high dividends? AT&T on Tuesday cut its annual dividend nearly in half to $1.11 per share. And so, yeah, some people love the dividends, but there's nothing to keep companies from doing what AT&T just did. So you can't buy a stock and think, oh, well, I'll just live on that fine dividend stuff forever. Doesn't work like that. They can do whatever they want. This from the Wall Street Journal, which will only be able to get the what is that? The article title for today. because you have to have a subscription to read the whole thing. But anyway, stocks waver after jobs report, tech sell-off. So the tech sell-off did happen, and so but the Nasdaq went up today. That's tech stocks. January jobs report beat expectations, and so the White House is happy about that. They were talking about that earlier, I saw. And so was the market. As you can see, everything went up except the Dow Jones, which stayed just about even, was down just a little bit. And I don't think, beat expectations, putting investors on edge about the path of monetary tightening. Yeah, I mean, the jobs being better too is gonna give the Fed, more ammunition and thinking, well, okay, they don't need any more help anymore. So, yeah, right. Snapshares rocket as much as 62%. It finished at 58, as we talked about. The report marks Snap's first profitable quarter on a net income basis as a public company. The report comes a day after Facebook parent Meta delivered disappointing guidance for the first quarter that dragged down several social media stocks, including its own. Yep, by a lot. I don't think we need anything else from there. All right, and this from Yahoo News. Judge approved $100,000 in student loan forgiveness for a 35-year-old man who filed for bankruptcy. Biden's education secretary just took the first step to block that decision. Interesting. I didn't know. I thought that was the gist of the article there, not that second part. Did not know that. Let's see. Delaware court moved to eliminate $100,000 in student debt for a man who filed for bankruptcy. 2 weeks later, Biden's education department appealed that decision. This places a burden on borrowers whose only option out of student debt is bankruptcy. On Friday, the Education Department announced it will be withdrawing its appeal of the case and told Insider any borrower in an adversary bankruptcy proceeding can request and receive a stay on their proceedings. All right. All right. So, yeah, there was somebody in the chat yesterday that a diabetic that got their student loans forgiven, but because they lost both their legs. Had to get them amputated. All right, not too much going on in the world today. Oh, let's see if it's still on here. Let's see that Drudge, I think. Boom, 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 boom. There it is. Yeah, the crash of Facebook. $251 billion wiped out. And Mark Zuckerberg himself lost $31 billion. So, oh, look, there's another one to block their life. Okay. We'll have to remember to do that. Okay. Domino's tipping customers who pick up their own pizza. They're given $3. So, I mean, I guess, they've had pickup before. I wonder if they raised the price up higher. I don't know. But yeah, I did see this earlier. Let's see if it says pizza chain offering customers $3 tips to carry out their own orders. Oh, and I can't read it because of that. Okay, that's why I didn't know the details on it. All right. Well, like I said, short, slow news day today. So let's go to reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey, sort by new, and see if we can answer any questions here that people have. Or we can comment on this. This is from Psychological Algebra. Oh, I thought it was Algebra. Psychological Algae 666. Debt free. Just paid off the last 5,300 of debt. Now 100% debt free. Excellent. Let's see if the original poster answer. Bonnie MSM is one of the moderators on here. And she let me post my two songs, Baby Step song and the John Deloney song, on the Reddit, and got some views out of that, definitely. Nope, no additional information from Psychological Algae, but that's great. Let's see, this from Greedy Nectarine 1762. We're almost there. We have a 6-month emergency fund of $20K, of which about 6 would be earmarked for paying the mortgage payment for 6 months. Okay? Would you pull the $6K out of the emergency fund to knock out the loan, or just keep grinding at it a few extra months? I have about 2 months before I'm at the decision point, so I'm hoping to find some good advice here. No, I mean, you could, if you don't have any life or job turmoil, you could just go with a 3-month emergency fund. But right now, since you've decided to have a 6-month emergency fund, you don't just pull that out just because that would be used to pay the mortgage payment for 6 months. Because if you put it towards that, that doesn't take care of the future payments. That's going to be applied to principal. It should be anyway. You shouldn't pay it ahead. You should have that extra applied to interest. And so 18 comments. Let's see. EF of 3 to 6. Right. How stable is your life? An example, I'll never do over 3, as mine is stable as can be. Same. So I just have a 3-month emergency fund as well. So, but yeah, so you can decide to do that anytime you want to, but think about the reasons you wanted to do a 6-month to begin with. So like if you or your spouse, especially females, tend to have a high, more active security gland in there, and so you'll sleep better at night. It'll maybe take, you said like 2 more months to pay for your to pay your mortgage off. That's worth it to sleep better at night. Let's see, this is where two-tone donut. The chances you'll need your emergency fund are inversely correlated to how much money is in your emergency fund. Okay, I get it now. I was trying to understand it. Say the course, you're almost there. Yep. Just keep going, stick with the plan. Right, fortunate enough for bare minimum. If there's no, that's why I was only considering up to 6K. Well, again, yeah, new emergency fund total for 6 months after you no longer. Yeah, don't be doing all that. Just decide how much money you want to have as your emergency fund, and if you decide to change it to 3 months, then go ahead and pay it off. Bearded Girl Dad, baby steps 4, 5, and 6. How much time does this drop off the loan? Yeah, they already said the 2 months. Oh, it's a 3-month decision, so. I've been making payments on the order of 3 times the minimum for about 2.5 years now. Excellent. And this is what I was telling you. See, once the comments start coming in, the OP, the original poster, can start adding information. Matty Bag, still paying off student loans as per usual. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it makes that much of a difference. So if you or your spouse would sleep better at night having that money in an emergency fund, keep it at 6 months, and just pay it off 2 months later. That's not going to change your life that much by it being a 2-month thing. Understand if the money's in there, and especially once you get out of like baby step 2 and even baby step 3, once you get out of that, you have a lot more time on your hands, and also because maybe you're not working as much, you have a lot more time on your hand to sit and think, well, almost done. How can I make it happen faster? And you start thinking of things. Start thinking of scheming and scamming. All right. This from Mimi Pineapple Cheese. When you pause the debt snowball, do you exclude those months from payoff time? We're going 24 months and we have paused debt snowball 2 times during the last 2 years. Would you exclude those months from total time payoff? I wouldn't, but I don't know that Dave would give you a hassle if you didn't include them. Because you were pay for college tuition, you're cash flowing college tuition, and car repairs. Because when cars break, it's almost always more than $1,000. So yeah, instead of being 20 months, it's 16 months. It just curious, probably doesn't make a difference in the long run, right? Paid off 42K in 20 months. Yeah, I mean it doesn't really matter. I mean the thing that matters is you're debt free at the end of that. So, but yeah, I mean this is also one of those things where you just have too much time to think about stuff, and you even in your mind where this isn't actually even changing anything except how you think of it, and so that does happen. Overthinkers, a lot of overthinkers happening, myself included, Maddie Baggs included, probably Sydney included, and she has her volume down so she can't hear me, so I can talk about her if I want to. All right, interesting. All right, I do want to read this. Interesting. Normally I don't care. I mean, there's always somebody in the chat that thinks they know better how to run Dave's business and the show specifically. And we had someone in there yesterday or 2 days ago that just kept saying over and over things that everybody else knew, like that you would know, like, well, of course he has a succession plan, he's doing this and he's doing, yeah, okay, so why, just to show how smart they are, I guess. I don't know, didn't have anything else to talk about maybe. So anyway, Dave's been pretty darn consistent in sticking to the baby steps and other messages over the years. That's not going to change no matter who's there, and sometimes it seems to require some gymnastics. Well, I don't know what that means. When his kids take over one day, what will change? Personally, I think they'll go lighter on the social moral stuff. There'll be less pressure to tell 2 20-year-olds shacking up to get married tomorrow. That could happen, maybe. I know hatred of credit is part of the gig too, but I think there's a way to responsibly recommend setting up autopay and not lose. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. 2% back, losing out on warranties at 2% back, and that'll be being factored into the price of everything. Honestly, to be honest, I think changes like this will help the business with the next generation. Thoughts? I don't think that much is going to change. I mean, maybe, maybe Rachel would be less likely to say get married, maybe, but she's said that to people too. She has said it to people too. So, yeah. And let's see, baby step 1 updated to 1 month expenses. Don't think so. Living together won't be looked down on. No. Gay couples can call in, do debt-free streams. I don't know about that either. So the classes, but what works for Dave is experience with bankruptcy and experience making bad choices. Sees a lot with this person doesn't like any of the other people other than Hogan. Dave will upload his consciousness into a Dave bot. That would be fun. I feel like Dave Ramsey is what draws people to Dave Ramsey show. Yeah, I don't know. It will still help a lot of people. I mean, maybe it'll lose its draw a little bit, but I think there's still a big need for that. And this is I Love Sev. I wonder if that's baby step 7 that they love. that they're on, according to that flare right there. Sid is at the Dollar Tree. Matty Bag says he overthinks about overthinking. Yeah, that's the way it happens with overthinkers. Core values should remain the same. At this stage, I care less, at this stage, I care less about how this is correctly phrased. At this stage, I care less about how the show might change because I have even stopped listening to it for a long time. I'm here to help others in the same way I got help. Cool. I think when Dave leaves the show, we'll buy and I don't think so. I don't think there'll be a problem. Again, the amount of listeners may go down. And leaving radio isn't a thing. People still listen to the radio. So I don't even with the advent of the cell phone and all that, the smartphone and all that, people still listen to the radio, and they still think of it primarily as a radio show. So, Brian, that's what somebody already said, that it will be to 1 month of expenses, and I don't think so. It's supposed to not be enough. It's supposed to make you kick your butt and get into gear so you get all your debt paid off, and then you have a full emergency fund. They don't want you to be comfortable when you do that. Yeah. They don't want you to be comfortable, guys. Is the whole point. You're not supposed to be comfortable. You know how many people would get 1 month of expenses and then not continue the baby steps? Or they would just throw that? Yeah, you're not supposed to be. Sid chimes in, says not supposed to go far. It's not. No, it is supposed to be there to keep you from putting something small on a credit card. So yeah. Let's see. I think the show is done. But the listener count's dropped by 90%. Doubt it. Probably stop having these threads. Dave hasn't left from review that he's not leaving the air as long as possible. Right. Till he's non-functional. Functional. That's right. Yep. Dave's going to have influence as long as he's alive, but dude won't live forever. And a bit of sunshine. Baby step 3 Flair asked, are we certain of that? That's right. Dave might be exempt from that dying thing. You don't know. All right. So there's a ton of other stuff on there. So it's not supposed to be enough. So it's doing its job. Because, Brian, you know darn well, if somebody has a freaking month of expenses in there, are they going to be of savings? And they may just spend that on crap anyway. But if you have a month in savings, are they going to be intense about paying? They're going to get comfortable and not be intense about paying the debt off. So that's what it is. Yep. It's not a time value money of thing. It's a kicking your butt thing. Right. Like Sid said, Band-Aid on a cast. It's a kicking your butt into action thing. It's not, oh, well, let's sit back and let's analyze money and have some theories about money. And because of time and inflation, none of that matters. It's not supposed to be enough. It's supposed to be a temporary Band-Aid to stop you from putting it on a darn credit card. So you have $1,000 so that you can take care of a small emergency. And it's supposed to get you in gear so that you think, a lot of people, and this is the thing too, this thing people never think about. And even some of the people have admitted that they don't even have $1,000 and they're arguing about that it's not enough. Stupid. That's stupid. You don't even have $1,000, and probably a lot of people don't have $1,000 saved up. But then you're going to just argue about it's so stupid. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. All right, let's see. All right, this will be fun. Newbie to finance. What would you want / expect your newlywed spouse to work? Oh no, would you? Would you want? Sorry, would you want to expect your newlywed spouse to work? Probably. It depends. An example of where you wouldn't is if child care, if you have a child and your child, I mean, granted, it says it's newlywed, so, you know, theoretically, might not yet, but say there is a child involved, you don't want to spend half to 3/4 of the income to go to child care. That's a waste of time and money. So, yeah. Sid says it's enough to replace a tire or order an Uber if your car breaks down. Exactly. It's not supposed to buy you a new car. We'll be getting married this summer and couldn't be more excited. My soon-to-be bride, is your soon-to-be bride excited? Since you're asking this question, that's what I want to know. Huh. Okay, so 24 and 27, they're babies. She just graduated with a degree in nursing, has a decent job, making close to $80K per year. Excellent. She has no debt and $30K in savings. She owns her own car and is overall incredibly responsible with her finances. All right, here we go. I do not have a degree, but have not. See, I thought this was going to be the other way. I thought he was going to have all his crap together, and she was going to be the one that didn't have the degree that has the student loan debt, 9K in student loan debt from failed attempt at school. Also owe 28K on a car, sell it. 180K on a house worth 285, and 98K on a rental worth 178. Mortgage on a rental, no. You're doing it. All of this is wrong. And that's when I think, I mean, they put it in the well, it said newbie to finance, so I mean, they bothered to put it in the Ramsey thing. So it's just, did you look over the baby steps? Did you look over them? Let's see. I have a 10K in emergency fund, 102K in 401 retirement card. Those you would take the 10K down to 1K, and I mean, you could pay that on your car if you want to keep it. If it's a high payment on that car, you could sell it and get a cheaper one. Okay, let's see. I make 125K a year from work. How much does she make? 80. Oh, so he makes more than she does, even though he didn't finish a degree. So bringing 12K from rental after all expenditures. That's a year, right? So that's $1,000 from this rental. Sell the rental. $1,000 a month from the rental. One bad thing, and you're, one big thing, HVAC or something like that on that rental, then you're not making anything the entire year on it. So yeah, that's not just to play a real estate guru. That's not worth it. So anyway, given our situation, would you recommend she keeps working after marriage? I know she would prefer to be a stay-at-home spouse. We agree she will be after we have kids, but has said she'd be open to either option we collectively decide on. Yeah, I mean, that's something you have to decide. I don't know why she wouldn't, especially, maybe at least until you clean this debt up. But again, I'm definitely selling that rental. And you sell that rental, and you can pay off that car if you like that car. And then you put the rest on the house, and then she works until the house is paid for. And then you have kids, then maybe she can stay home. Let's see, I recognize that her working could greatly accelerate the debt snowball, but I know she'd have a lot more time to volunteer at church and act as homemaker if she didn't. Sure. I also admit that I feel some degree of guilt for bringing so much debt into our marriage. What would you do? Thanks in advance. Yeah, so, yeah. So, yeah, Brian, see, the problem is, Brian, that, you're new in the chat. And so, might not be aware of this, but ever since we've been in the chat, people have come in to have that intelligent conversation, and the answer is still the same. So, of course, don't mind telling you, but we've told you, you're supposed to be scared. It's not supposed to be enough. It's supposed to kick your butt into gear. So let's see, $1,000 may change the tire, but when Dave first published the baby steps, it could have changed too. It's just interesting that the number hasn't changed. Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be a Band-Aid, not a cast. Just like Sid said that, and so I don't know what you don't get about that. I mean, I get it, and I understand. But don't be thinking you're the first guy that ever came up with that. Every day, just about somebody says something about $1,000 not enough. Oh, what does it say there? The point isn't a certain value of money relative to when the book was published. Right. All that's money theory. We're just talking about theories there instead of you just do it. $1,000 emergency fund keeps you from putting something on a credit card and going back into debt. And it kicks your butt because that's all you have if you had more to begin with. And a whole bunch of people don't even have $1,000 to begin with. So there you go. Yeah. No, you're not the first person. So, so we've been dealing with this for years, but, yeah, so that's why. That's the reason though. And you've heard the reason, and I understand it may not be good enough for you since you're continuing to talk about it. But that's the reason. It's not supposed to be enough. You're not supposed to be comfortable at all in baby step 2, not at all. So, yeah. We have had to tell many people have that conversation at minimum once a week in the Ramsey chat. But yeah, as far as this, yeah, it's whatever you decide on together. But yeah, I would recommend if you sell the rental. Granted, that's the whole, that's your whole thing. That could, let's see, that's going to be what, 77? 77. All right, do math, Steve. 80 would be 178. So 73. Right? What am I missing? Hold on. Okay, $80 difference would make 178. So minus the 3. Yeah, so 73. So that would give you 73. So you could pay that car off if you like it. You could go down in car, but if you like it and pay it off, go ahead. That would pay that off and the student loan, and then you could put a little bit on the house. And then I would say maybe she keeps working until the house is paid off. You have $10K in emergency fund, and she has $30K. So depends on if you guys want to do 3 to 6 months. You combined all the stuff, so you would have that combined saving now. So maybe all that doesn't need to stay in emergency fund for savings, and so you just apply that to the house. And maybe she works a couple more years and you guys knock that house off. And then it'd be easier. So, yeah. All right. There's more and more American women are becoming breadwinners in their households too. That is correct as well. What time is it? 61. Let's do a couple more. It's fun. All right, debt-free but hit a wall. What to do now? Yeah, this is a common problem as well. This is from Pens26. I finished paying off the last of my debts last month after 11 months of nose to the grindstone work, and very little else. My goal was to be debt-free before I get married next month, and I accomplished that. But that's another thing too about the emergency fund being $1,000. Now, we don't know how many people cheated and had more. In baby step 1 had more, and baby step 1 and 2 had more than $1,000 emergency fine. We don't know how many, but they have millions of documented people that have done the baby steps. And so they've all done it. I've done it. Sid's done it. And we didn't have more than $1,000. So, yep. Brian just thought I'd pop in and see what this is all about. And Steve's all like, yeah, I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming by. And I don't mind having the conversation at all. But it's just, we've had it. And sometimes you get, you get a little bit wonky about saying the same thing over and over again. But I mean, that's going to happen with this advice because it is the same stuff over and over again for 30 years. It worked then. It works now. It'll work in the future as well. So yeah, I appreciate you dropping by, Brian. Thanks. What else? Did you hear the songs? Did you hear the baby step song? Probably, I don't think you were in here for my rendition of Friday, but if you heard the baby step song, if you didn't hear the baby step song, it's in my playlist. Although it's I recorded that version of it right after I wrote it, and so it's a lot worse than what I just did today. But anyway, you can check it out there, and I will be doing. Maybe I'll work on that this weekend, getting a better version of that. All right, so finished paying the last of my debt after 11 months. I've noticed the grindstone work, and very little else. Goal is to be debt free before I get married next month, and I accomplished that. Okay, and so he did that theoretically with just $1,000 emergency fund, and 11 months later, he can do his fully funded emergency fund. So it worked again. But almost as soon as I reached that goal, I lost all motivation to be in this job. Hit a wall. Without that goal as the carrot at the end of the stick, there's almost nothing good about the job except the paycheck. And that happens. I mean, that there's several things where once you're not scrambling anymore, that gives your mind more time to do all this thinking about everything. And it does take away the motivation because you don't have to scramble anymore. Without the goal, you should still have the goal because you should still be gazelle intense until you get that full emergency fund settled. Because as we know, $1,000 not enough. So it should be. Let's see. We'll be fully funded after the spring. Okay, so he's got some doing still to go, but he's not thinking of it like that, I guess. All right, all debt's bad. I don't know what he's thinking about. Maybe just the mortgage is left as far as good debt. I don't know. Baby step 4 needs a bit more work. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Oh, they're old too. Oh, but no, it doesn't. Emergency fund is first. Oh, the cash flowing wedding. Maybe fund the emergency fund first, and then cash flow wedding after that. You could delay it, or you could get married at City Hall and then do a party later, or redoing vows later. Let's see, baby steps 4. Everybody wants to do everything right now, though. I understand. Baby step 4 needs a bit more work. Is required behind investing. 53 female, 59 male. Oh, I'm assuming the first one. So I'm assuming this is a female that's joining us. We've both made some less than stellar decisions in our younger years. Join the club. Join the club. No kids in the picture, so no baby step 5. Fiance has a mortgage and business loan, and that is bad debt right there as well. So they are not familiar with how it works. So that's not That's not good debt at all. The only thing that might possibly qualify is a mortgage, but I don't even think Dave calls that good debt. He does not. Baby step 7. Still isn't clear to me exactly when one can call themselves baby step 7. When you have that business loan and that mortgage paid off is when you're in baby step 7. Oh, they have a combined net worth of $1.5 million. However, they're mostly tied up in non-liquid assets. Well, what are those assets? I mean, that doesn't sound like you're quite far behind on savings and investing. Interesting. I'll have to see. Hopefully, they added some more info in once people ask questions down here, but I don't think that's happened. With only 4 comments. Let's see. I'm in the very early stages of setting up a side hustle and retirement career. A totally new field, so there will be retraining and building to do before side hustling is not that easy when a current job leaves me tapped out at the end of the day. I mean, with that, okay, with that kind of net worth, I understand, even if most of it is in retirement, but you said you're behind on savings and retirement. So what are the non-liquid assets? And then you may want to liquid some of those. You liquid some of those and you can take care of all your other stuff immediately. And then maybe you could transition to your retirement career after that. Let's see. Hasn't said anything yet, but he would 110% prefer that I leave that job and work with him. How do you know? If he hasn't said anything. I would so love to do that, but I'm just not sure we're ready to give up my paycheck. I'm in the early stages setting up a side hustle and retirement career. I'm totally new field, so there will be some retraining and building to do before that generates any income, but side hustling is not that easy when my current job leaves me tapped at the end of the day. Guess my main question here is whether anyone else has hit a wall right after becoming debt-free. You're not debt-free. Or maybe, well, the husband is, so I mean, theoretically, the husband has the business loan. And combine net worth of one, and if you have non-liquid assets, yeah, you could do that as well. It seems like he's in worse shape than you are, and since you're not married yet, it should be probably taken until you get married. It should be done apart. But yeah, that the non-liquid assets is what I would have questions about. Let's see. Curious, wouldn't the business debt put you back in baby step 2? Yes. Business debt is debt. Exactly, Lindo. Penn said, yes, you're right. Sigh, I knew that. We talked about it, and tackling that one will be a priority even without my income. And blah, blah, blah. But I get it. That's not how the baby steps work. You right. Burnout happens. It's okay. And again, she didn't address, which I thought was going to happen. She didn't address that whatever it is that's in non-liquid assets. Now, taking her at her word, where they are quite far behind on savings and investing, then I mean that leads me to believe that a good chunk of this 1.5 million isn't in savings and investing. It's in these non-liquid assets, and that might be time to part with some of those. And that would, I mean, that immediately would take care of a lot of this. All right. Nope. Alrighty, it's 7:01. That's probably enough for today. That was fun, though. Just seeing what comments were at the end of the Ramsey show. Let's see if we got another subscriber during the show today. We got two more during the show. How about that? All right. I believe Bella and I are going to play, what's the name of that game? A Way Out at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Believe we're going to do that. tonight. So look for that. Please like, subscribe, and if you hit the notification bell, it'll let you know when I upload a video or if I go live. And so, like I said, father-daughter video game will preempt any scheduled stream when Bella is available. There's no scheduled stream tonight, but we're going to play that anyway, I believe. 8 p.m. So like a little less than an hour, we should be starting that. This show, of course, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, after the Ramsey Show video ends. This after show starts. Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Times, I do alternating tech support and Ramsey coach support, and that works exactly like what I just did in the Dave Ramsey subreddit. And I go to the affiliated subreddit, either the Dave Ramsey one, like I just did, or the tech support subreddit, and I answer questions and comment exactly like I just did there. Wednesday, no set time. This past Wednesday, it was before 7 a.m. I upload the newest episode of The Curse of Oak Island recap of that newest episode. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I do Old Man Video Gaming. That's where I play a single-player game. And I've been doing a lot more bonus ones as well, like just scattered throughout the week whenever I have time. Whenever I'm going to play a video game anyway, just may as well stream it. Alrighty, so schedule free consultation. I'm a Ramsey Solution certified financial coach, and you can click that link right here on my YouTube banner. That takes you to calendly.com. You click on the financial coaching. You click on the date. You can change the month. Click on whatever date you want. Click on whatever time you want. Calendly will let me know about it. I will get back in touch with you and let you know what information I need to accurately consult with you and accurately assess you. The P is for donations, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. All these links are at the top of the chat and in the video description. Instagram is Coach Steve Money. No spaces in that. And if you have any questions about anything on my channel, Ramsey stuff, Oak Island, almost 6,000 views on that one that I uploaded Wednesday morning. Video gaming, computer stuff, the songs that I've written. And speaking of those, you can email me, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. If you would like to sing, especially a female, I'd love to hear a female singing the Baby Step song. And so if anybody, even males are fine as well. But if anybody would like to take a shot at singing the Baby Step song, and probably a lot of people, tons of people could do better than I do it. So you could just email me and let me know, and I will email you back the exact link to the exact music that I use. And so you can record it, or we can even set it up that you do that live, but you can also pre-record it and just email it to me. Alrighty. And that way, my throat's been a little something like that. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, thanks for hanging in there, Sid. I hope you enjoyed your Dollar Treeing. And everybody, once more, Bella and I, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, in 54 minutes, we're going to try to do a way out. She got an Ethernet cable, so I think the previous problems was that she was on Wi-Fi, and it kept going way down, and so it would disconnect her. So anyway, make smart financial decisions every day and have a great weekend. Good night.